Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back on the trailer build. So we're moving along quite nicely. The game plan today is to get the fenders back in, welded in place. We did the pour 15 in behind the fender and behind the fender wall on the trailer, which is awesome because I wouldn't be able to get there if these were already welded in. There's a small space in between, and of course I would like the pour 15 to be there. So we'll get these welded in, we'll get the step plates mounted. Game plan also is cut out the lights, get the lights installed, put the fifth wheel in. So we've got a lot going on. So let's get back to doing some work. Okay guys, so let's get these fenders in. So this is the driver's side, so this is the one that's going here. And you can tell that we got the pour 15 back there. So what we're going to do is we'll lay them right here. Now I had made markings on where these are going to go. Of course, I put pour 15 in behind. So what we want to do is clamp them in place somewhat. What I'll do is I'll use my knee to hold this thing. Let's see if I can wipe out. Marks right there. I'm just trying to get it lined up. Of course, that's not tight enough. Tough. Not bad. Okay, so let's get this other side mounted or clamped in. I got a coffee delivery, which is awesome. We'll put some clamps, stronger clamps in there, but we should be pretty good. Let me grab a couple. That should work. Come on. Two. All right, let's see if we can get these things to sit a little tighter. I wonder if I can get it to come out this way. That'll tack in place. Make sure this is a little tighter. That's pretty good. She's got to come this way a bit. No, I think we're good. We're good. Then you put a clamp on that side. And I got to tap it up a bit. This side flush? It is flush. It's the other side that's not. So we'll have to fix that. We'll have to grind that up a bit. And I think this has got to come up just a tad. And I'll top that up. I think I have a hammer out here somewhere. I don't. Let me go grab one. Flush. Flush. We'll grind that down a bit. Get that pour 15 off of that back portion a bit. Okay, so we should be able to tack that in and weld that in place. Should be good. So let's get my welding hat on, the hood on, and tack this guy in. All right, let's weld that in. I think my welder's already set up properly. 4 and 7. Yeah, we're pretty well where we need to be. We're okay with gas, which is good. Welding gloves, and we'll tack this guy in place and see how we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pressure up against this, just so it's leaning up tight up against. That's not good. Why is it doing that? Uh-huh. Should be good. And I'm not grounding out. Okay. That's so weird. Why am I not grounding out? Okay. Let's try it this way. That's good. It's good. Nice tacked in. We'll fix that weld up in a minute. Okay. Good clean weld. There we go. Wow, that's looking nice and sturdy, guys. Happy with that. All right. Put that back and get it out of the way for now. Ooh. Why am I getting stuck? That I'm not too worried about because I got to put the plate on it and I got to re-weld it anyway, so I'm not going to fuss with it. But more so around the edge here a bit. Want it to look good. And that does. All right, let's take the clamp off them and see how we're holding out. We're good. So now we just got to do a tin plate for the top and get that mounted in there. Let me move this stuff over to the other side. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side and we'll get it mounted in. But let me do a test. Let's see. No problem. No problem at all. We'll get some diamond plate ready. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the other side welded in first. Then we'll definitely clean that up a little bit. But she's looking pretty good, guys. I'll bring you in a little closer once I get the other one welded. But she's in there. So guys, let me take you in a little closer. There you go. You can see it's completely welded. You know, I did the step test on it. It worked out really well. Let's go off to the other side and I'll show you the other side. There we go. So we'll clean up those welds and we'll get ready to rock and roll. So the next step, of course, is to do the diamond plate for the step. Testing. Okay, guys, so I got my diamond plate up. I got the other side all welded in, which is good. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a tin plate. I use some cardboard. And we'll get a Sharpie and we'll draw it out. Then we'll just transfer it onto there. Let's just make sure these corners look good. Not bad. And we'll just bring it right up against the weld area. And of course, there we go. And we'll cut that out. And then we'll trace it onto the other guy. And we should be good. we should be good. And then we can just weld that into place. Just got to take a little bit off of this side here. And there we go. So let's flip this diamond plate over. So we want it to sit, so the diamond plate's got to be reversed. So, more or less. And we'll cut this guy out. There we go. Traced up. And get my death wheel. What did I do with it? Of course, I got to change this. Do I have that out here? I do. I'll grab some discs and actually, you know what? I'll leave this one on. I'll take this one off. Okay, I'll grab a couple of blades. We'll cut this puppy out. Okay. So what I would like to do, is actually I'm going to do, is get the safety glasses on, and we'll trim this guy up. Got to move this guy. Get myself in the right angle here, guys. Okay, we're just going to clean up the edges on that, and then we'll do a test fit. And we'll cut both sides, and then we'll tack them in. Just want to make sure they're clean. Move this guy in so we don't hurt ourselves there. Not bad. So what I'll do is I'll tack it here and here and here, and then I'll grind this down and smoothen it out so it fits perfectly, and then we'll weld right around. But not a bad fit. I want it right by the weld, so we're good. So let's see, will that other one fit on the opposite side? But doubt it. But it's looking pretty good. I wonder if I should trim this down just a touch. Might be a little too much grinded for my liking. Yeah. All right, let's clean that up a little. All right, let's take a look. Now that's a better fit. Much better. Beautiful. I like that. That's good. Aesthetically pleasing. Got a little bit on that corner. There we go, guys. It's a perfect fit. A little bit of playing, but I got her to fit nice. So let me see if this guy, by chance, haha. It fits perfect. Okay, so let me trace this one out a bit because the welds are slightly different, but we're good. That's good there. That's good there. Okay. And we'll use that piece for the other side. We'll trim that down just a tad. Nice. And we'll double check. Light trim. Bang on. All right, we'll trace it out on that piece and see if we can get the second one done. Then we'll weld these guys in, and then we'll move on to the next piece. Or maybe I'll just cut them all and then weld them all up. I wonder if I can get away with. Can I get that in there? I think I'd rather have a straight edge, guys. I'm just going to do a straight edge. Or this way. This way I can do it. That'll work. That'll work. Let me see how much I can get left out of this blade. Good cut. Change up that blade. Well, we're going to go through a few blades, guys. That's all right. this back. Clean up the edges here a bit. All right, let's see how we fit. All right, we fit dead on. Just a little bit of grinding right here. Around that corner. But other than that, she's good. Let's clean that up. That's good. Slightly higher in the corner, which kind of want anyway, because you want the water to run off. But she's good. We'll hold that down. Perfect. Well, there we go, guys. We got this side marked up. That's good there. Perfect. You know what? I'm going to take that corner out. Hold on. Oops. To fit just a tad better. That's good. There we go. We're looking good. So this one's sticking out just a tad, but that's okay. No, it's not. We just got to move it back. And we got to weld that in. We'll tack it up and weld it up. And the step plates, or kick plates, or whatever you want to call them, or fender steps are in. So let's weld them up. So guys, I got them all welded in nicely, cleaned up. So what I will do on the edges, where of course I've welded, I will use a little bit of seam sealer in there and just give it a nice finish. Just because of the diamond plate, you'll have some sections that are higher and lower. But other than that, she is welded completely. Of course, I didn't want to burn through the wheel well, but we did good. So we'll let that sit and we'll go work on the other side. So guys, I'm bringing you over to the other side. We got the other side completed. Of course, we still have to do the seam sealer around it. So the game plan now is to actually, because I have the tires off, I'd like to do the pour 15 underneath the wheel wells. So I'll do that now, then I'll put the tires back on, and then we will do the fifth wheel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the pour 15 ready, and something to clean that underneath, as we want to wipe that underneath up. Bring that over, and we'll get that under there. I should have a screwdriver here, I think. And it's time to clean up the mess now. It's getting a little carried away, but for now, we'll let it be. Let me see if I can find something to open up that. Open up that can. So I'll be able to get the tires back on. That'll be nice. This way I can, and once I have the fifth wheel, I can roll it out of the shop and we can attack the, what's it called? The lighting. Wow. This stuff really does grab well. Okay, what do we need? We need the stool. Grab that. We're gonna need a brush. Oh, ow, that hurt. Do underneath there. That should do it. Oh, the stool. Okay, the stool it is. And so we don't drop and make a mess. I got a sticker on here. I got to get that sticker off. There we go. Just make life easier to do it now. This way I don't have to fuss with it later. I mean, I'm still gonna have to paint over it, but at least I got this on, and I can brush this on and put it on pretty thick. Okay, now we'll just close this can back up again. Wow, guys, I'm getting old for this shit. Whew, feeling it. And we'll dispose of this t-shirt and this garbage and that paintbrush. Let's put the lid back on this. Okay. I'll get the hammer, tap her down, and then we'll get onto the fifth wheel. While that's drying. Alright. Okay guys, so I've got the fifth wheel ready to rock and roll. Let me just put my gloves on. And I'll show you guys how I'm going to do it. There's two different positions. Of course, one's up and one's down. So I always have it, when I do mount them, I always mount it up. This way I know it clears. I have it was out a bit, about an inch and a bit, so it'll clear this brace. I marked it where I'd like it to sit, more or less. And I leave the pin in. And I want that pin to be somewhat level to the base. So when I turn it around, up and down, she'll be good. Okay, take that out. Yeah, we're good. We're very good. All right, move this out of the way, and let's weld that in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get a square. I'm going to put it up against it. Let me see if I can grab my small square. Oh, I got it somewhere around here. There it is. Just want to see where it's at. So let's just do down the middle. More or less down the middle. I think we're good. All right, let's give that a weld. It's nice and flush up against the beam. Perfect. I got her on there, guys. She looks good. She clears. Weld looks nice and clean, which I like. So now let's see if we get the tires on this thing and roll this thing outside so I can clean up the bay. Okay, so I got the other tire on. I'll track this guy up. And then we'll get rid of the milk crate that's under there. Do I gotta go higher? I gotta go a little higher. All right. All right. Put that one on there. And we'll tighten it up. Okay. There we go, guys. Let's get the milk crate out. Let's get the tire stop. All right. There we go. Let's lower her down. All right. Awesome. So I'm just going to clear up all the ply off the top and do a little bit of cleaning up, and then we'll roll it out. So I got the death wheel ready to rock and roll. So the game plan now is to cut this tongue. It is slightly long. I had left it long purposely just to make sure that we didn't mess anything up. So I did measure 48 inches, so we're going to cut that. We're getting ready to do the wiring, so I'd rather cut it now and then fish the wire through. We'll get the receiver or everything else mounted or drilled out and get it ready to rock and roll and go from there. So let me cut this, and then we shall be ready to run some wiring. We'll also drill out the holes for the lighting, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that. This is a dark spot of the shop, so let me grab a light. I feel like I can't see anything. Oops. That's weird. All right. That's better. At least I can kind of see what I'm doing. Nice. Okay, so let me just file that down a bit and just make sure she's nice and straight. We should be good. Okay, let's put this guy away for now. We won't be needing him. And then what we'll do now is let's put the receiver or hitch on and see what she looks like, and we can mark it where we're going to need it. And we can pre-drill these guys. Nice. Man, oh man. You ever have one of those days, guys, where you just drop everything? No, I'm having one. We'll mark these guys. And we're going to put our chain in. So our chain will go down through the bottom. And I'll drill a hole through that later, because I can always move the wire out of the way and drill a hole. Or maybe I'll do that now. I got to find a bolt for it. But this Sharpie's not the greatest. Let's use another one. Let's see how that goes. See if I get a better marking. Much better. All right, so we will drill a hole through that, both sides. And I have the hardware for it somewhere. What I'll do, I'm just going to make sure this hardware actually fits that. I'm pretty sure it does. Let me just make sure. Perfect. So we'll drill a hole through there and through there, and we'll get this guy mounted on both sides. Let me move this light over. I really can't see. It's really dark. Drill bit. Let's see if we can get a hole through that. That's good. Now I got a bigger drill bit and I'll clean out the back burr off, but she's good. Okay, let me do the other side, and then we'll go from there. I got to find a nut and bolt that'll fit the chain, and then we can drill the hole at the bottom. Let me see if I can move this way a bit. Oh, yeah, well, I'm moving the camera too. I realize that. Sorry, guys. on this side. We'll bring camera or the light over. There we go, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Done. Jeez. Perfect. All right. Let's see. If I got everything lined up properly. I should. I'll do. Okay. Now that's perfect. Let's just make sure we got enough room here. We do. The lock washer on there. And of course, the lock washers I bought aren't the right ones. All right, doesn't matter. I got some anyway that'll fit. There you go, guys. Nice. Shoes in. And I'll see what I can do with those lock washers. I got some. We'll put them in there. I'll get them out of my bin. But she's in, and I got room for the wiring to run. So now what we got to do is we got to drill the holes out and create some templates for the lights. Line them up and get them where we need them to be. So that we'll move the trailer around a little bit, and we'll get you guys to the back end of the trailer. We'll start off with the tail lights. And then we'll do the side markers and license plate light, and then go from there. Then we'll run the wiring. So let me clean this up, and we'll move to the back. I'll move the trailer so we can actually get the camera back there while I'm working. I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that. Okay guys, so I got the trailer moved. I'm hoping you guys can see me there. So what I've done is I brought out my bag drill, so I'm hoping I can use that to do this. What I did is I drew out my light. I'm going to go get a razor, and we're going to cut it out and test fit it onto a piece of cardboard before I do anything there. Then we'll see if I have a hole saw bit that'll fit that, and I think I do. And I'm hoping this mag drill will do it for me, and then we'll cut the in-between. We're going to line everything up on this trailer to make sure everything is perfect when it comes to placement of this thing. But let me get a blade and let's cut this first and see how my tracing is. Grab a blade. We'll trace it out. I'm all about doing templates. I feel that once you do a template, you can alter it instead of starting to fool around the other way around. It's never as fun. Guys, everything I have today, for some odd reason, all right, let's see if this guy fits. Now we want it to fit snug. And I think it's going to. And then that light, once it's pushed in, will add pressure. And it should hold it in place. Yeah, we're good. There you go. That should work out okay. All right, so let's take that out. So we're good with that. Let's see if I have a hole saw bit that actually fits that. Pretty sure I do. No, that's not the right one. So that's the right one. Perfect. Okay, well, at least we got one. What do I got here? We'll need that. So I'm hoping the mag drill will do the trick for me. So we should be good. So what I'm going to do here now with this is I'm going to line it up. So we're going to make some markings and get the dead center of the 2x4, which of course is 2 inches, right? 2 inches. So let's move on over here. Two inches, and what I'll do is I'll get I think I have a straight edge, but I can use a straight edge or I can use a level. I got my straight edge. Okay, so that's dead center there. So now the game plan from here is to go off of this baseline to make my markings, so I can figure out exactly where I'm going to be putting that light, placement-wise. I'm going to need some space here, because of course we'll cut this a little longer, right? I'll need some space here to have a latch for the gate, and then I'm going to need a space here to actually have the hinge. Then I'll show you the design of hinge I'm going to make for this trailer, but I'll need that spacing. So we got to make sure we're hovering in this area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the other one 2 inches, and we'll throw that straight edge. Then we're going to mark off of this guy, and then we'll take it from there. So let me mark up that one. Okay, we got that one marked. So, two ways I can do this. I put this as my straight edge, right up against there, like so. Flush, and mark here, like that. And I'll do the same on that side. And then we'll decide the spacing that I'm going to use for the light off of that line. So guys, I got it perfectly squared off. So we're good. And we were off. I was measuring off of this. So it's better now. Let me shut this laser off. I'm happy with that. So we're good. So we can measure off of that markings. So I have made 2 markings there, so we're good. Let me put this away. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I got to do a couple of markings now on the cardboard tin plate to make sure we've got everything where we need it to be. And we're going to do some measuring now. So we need the exact dead center of this. So more or less it's 2.5. So that means we need, if it's 2.5, let me just put this up against this edge here. 2.5. So we need 1.25 inches. 1.25 there. 1.25 there. I'm just going to make a mark. So that should be dead center. Okay. And if we work off the bottom line that I did, I'm just going to put that there, mark that up. That should be good. All right, so let's do the next one. Let's mark that one. We're good. We're good, we're good. We're on the line, we're on the line. We're good. Okay, so now we need to figure out dead center of this guy. And we're going to put him here. Dead center there. This way, once we get this on there, we don't have to worry about it. We'll line it up and go for it. And we should be okay. More or less. Okay, I think we're good. Now let's see if we can get this mag drill to work. That would be sweet. Nice and easy, and we'll see how she goes. Oh, we're bang on. All right, let's give this a whirl. Let's move this out a bit. We'll go nice and easy. All right, we'll let that cool off for a second. Looking good. Looking really good. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to double check. This way we don't screw things up. Let me get a dirty towel. Bang on. Wow, that was looking perfect, guys. Very happy with that. So now what we'll do is we'll line up the bottom one. I just want to let that blade cool off a bit. And then we'll just do it with the death wheel in between. And those, I think that'll fit the rounds for the side too. So I don't want to lose out that blade, 'cause that's all I got. And it's good. So let it cool off for a minute, and then we'll hit the next one. Okay guys, I got her all lined up pretty good. She looks to be bang on. Spacing seems to be pretty good on both sides. So let's see if we can get this drilled out. Wow, we got it through. Now I've done multiple cuts with this blade, so I'm hoping that I can get all of these ones done. But just going to let it cool off for a second. It could slow her down a little, but I don't think she'll cut through. Let me take this off. Oh, there we go. Looking good. I'll mark that up. Let me see. Just perfect. All right, so now I'll mark that again, and then what I'll do is I'll get the death wheel out, and we'll cut that out, and see how she goes. And that was hot. You can hear it sizzling. Now, let's see if I can get this blade to cool off a little bit more. Yeah, it's not too bad. As long as I let the blade cool off a bit, we'll be okay. If I overheat her up and keep going, she'll be done completely. I gotta go get some more lube. But let's mark this guy up, and I'll get the death wheel out, and we'll cut this one out, and then I'll take it from there. Clean that up with a little bit of brake clean. I'll let that dry for a minute, because I don't want to use a death wheel on it, and she'll definitely catch on fire. Let me see, since I have those out, I just want to see if this guy will fit. Will it fit? I don't know. No, this is not the right size for this guy. It's got to be a little bit bigger, I think. Just a tad. Not by much, though. This is an older grommet that I had, set of lights that I took off an old trailer that I rebuilt. Those are still pretty good. They work, so I'm going to reuse them again. But we'll see how it goes. Let me Mark that. Mark that. Of course, it's gonna give me a hard time. I'm just gonna mark that a little bit better now. There we go. Now that with the death wheel should work out perfect. And then we can see if that fits. Yeah, we started a little fire. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that up a little. And that should be bang on. Then we'll see how she fits. Okay, you know what? I'm going to let that cool off for a second. I don't want to melt the rubber. And then we should see how she fits. That should fit in beautifully. Okay, I'm getting anxious. So let me see. I got an extra rubber if I need it. Come on. Okay, so that's extremely tight. So we're going to have to take her down just a bit, so I can't get the light to pop back in, which is not good. Huh. Okay, let me get the belt sander and a pair of safety goggles here, so I don't lose an eye at the same time. So it's slightly tight, not by much, but slightly. So these bloody things, you don't want them too loose because you don't want the light rolling around in there. You want them a nice snug fit. Just wondering if I should have used the plasma, but that's okay. The actual cut looks good, so. Almost. So what's happening is where the placement of the bottom of that, when I put the mag drill in, wasn't far down enough. So I got to go down just a tad. It's kind of hard to get it to sit right. Let me charge that. That's okay. I'll file her down a bit and I'll get her to sit right. I'd rather file it down a little than it be too big. And that creates a whole other round of issues. All right, let's see. I think we should be good now. Yeah, this is popping in okay now. And this should pop right in. And it does. There we go, guys. We got her in. And we got her in perfectly. Just a little bit of filing, and she looks good. All right, we'll move on to the next one. I'm happy with that. So we're going to move on to the side markers. So we're going to do the same process. Actually, let me get rid of this so we don't need that anymore. Try to cut my work down for cleaning up later. So these are two different companies that I've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this one out. And it is slightly different than the other, which is a little concerning. Because I don't really know what size that is. And if I remember when I had these on another trailer, they had given me a hard time. Just wondering. I think that's the right size. Yeah, I think so. Let me try to open one of these up and we'll take a look and make sure. And hopefully they're all, just because they're a different company, that they're not far off the beaten path size-wise. These ones are a little different. Although they're the same size. Yeah, they're the same size, guys. Perfect. Okay. I'm guessing we're going to be okay. Man, they make these things heavy. All right, so let's mark up the sides. So whatever we do on each side, we got to make sure we're doing the same spacing on the back. So we'll do that. Let me tighten that up. We'll move that back a bit. All right. So I got to get a Sharpie. I got my square. What are we going to need? We need a few things. And I want my small square. Where did I put my small square? Oh, it's right here. We're going to use this guy as our spacer. So what I'm going to do is I'll move you guys towards that side so you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm trying to move things around a little bit. Okay, that's a better spot. So let's move over. So the same deal. This guy is 4 inches, right? So dead center is 2, of course, right? So this has already been set up at 2 inches. Let me just confirm that it's still at 2 inches. It is. So I'm just going to make a mark. 1, 2. Get the other ruler. guys, I got the side markers in, except one. Show you there. Of course, I got the tail lights in. They came out really nice. Marker on the other side here. Got that one in. The only one I didn't get in is the one at the end there, but that'll come. It's getting late, so there's no way I'll be able to go out and get another bit, so it'll have to be for another day. Guys, I'm gonna call it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. More to come on this trailer. It's almost done. I really do appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. It'll help me out tremendously. Thanks again, guys.